Call me. Oh my God, call me. Look like white. Remember me? Yeah, okay, I'm good. Although she said you're getting back down, so I'm pretty large.
You're alive.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call to order the April 18th meeting of the Design Review Board. Jen, would you call the roll, please?
Sir. Mr. Kenner.
Here.
Mr. Fink.
Here.
Mr. Rideout. Here. Ms. Burkett. Ms. Vandenberg. All right, we have a quorum.
Okay, we have a quorum, and we are, we have made the appropriate Freedom of Information Act statements, both through the website and the public about this meeting. Can I have a motion to approve the previous minutes for March 21st?
So moved. Second.
Okay, any comments or changes recommended to the minutes which were sent out with the agenda?
We just approved it. Isn't that what we?
No, this is for discussion now. If there's not any changes, we'll have a vote.
Okay.
Okay, done.
Okay, we do not have any personal appearances or
Okay.
city comments, but let's see, motion to approve the minutes passed.
Yeah. No citizen comments, okay. No old business. We'll move straight to new business, is that all
We
right?
go straight to new business.
Okay, 11 Center Street, St. James Gate Irish Pub. Mr. Stevenson, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Giddy up.
So Jody has reviewed this application and signed off on it. I have some supplemental information that did not make it to your packet.
Okay.
And I don't know how to work copier here. So I have a big version
Well, we get those a lot though.
of what they want this to look like, and then I made copies for you to supplement, and you got the important part here in the corner of what this would look like from the street.
Okay.
See that? Right there, and then this is what that trailer will look, kind of what that trailer will look like from the outside. And the applicant is here to talk about this.
Okay. Ian, would you introduce yourself for the record?
Yes. Neil Stevenson with Neil Stevenson Architects. I'm representing the owners of St. James Gate at 11 Center Street, which is a pub in Folly here, 1 block away. You can see it. This is a first part of a 2-part process. We have a larger renovation that we were hoping that we could get done earlier this year, but it didn't happen. So this is actually just a small renovation to the rear part of the property, which is this part of the existing fence we wanted to take out. They've got a dessert trailer that they would like to serve desserts out of, and they just wanted to pull that in and then just clean that up while we're getting the renovation, we're finishing the drawings for a larger project to begin in November, which will be basically for a 2nd floor of outdoor dining.
You're coming back for that one the whole second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I apologize, I didn't ask for a motion and all the rest of that.
That's just basically showing.
So this is the trailer?
Yeah, so the trailer is back here. This is what you'll see in here, and we're just going to take out the existing
2 sections or whatever?
Yeah, 2 sections, pull the trailer in, and then kind of build it back as needed.
So your desserts are still accessible from the inside of the restaurant?
Correct.
Not an outside?
It'll be this will be on the street side.
Inside and outside.
Yeah, and on the inside, it's a larger opening.
So from the street, will we see the trailer, or will we see fencing in front of the trailer?
Well, right now we were just going to just have the trailer open and it'll be pulled in front of the columns. But if we could always do something to dress it up.
Well, I'm trying to understand what.
Sure.
I'm worried about public safety if they're walking around on that side on the major street, and they're trying to queue up to get something out of the trailer. That's
Sure.
the question.
There's that area is, there's a recess onto the property, and,
I'm fairly familiar with it.
okay.
It's just, I don't, the only question I would have is if it's a walk-up window of some kind off of West Ash Street,
Right.
that needs to have, well, I would think that we would want to have some, like Joe said, some kind of a fencing to funnel it.
We were planning on putting bollards there, and that's,
Can you point it out? I don't see, I can't find the trailer.
okay,
Is that it?
yeah, so that's the trailer, yeah.
Okay.
This might be a little easier to understand. So they do have some property to the west of this, and there's a setback here where people could stand to get.
Yeah.
But then the
So
majority of it,
pulled into where the building already is.
correct,
Yeah, it's just an addition. I mean, they're just using the space.
temporarily until we're able to do the full build out.
Right. And this dessert trailer, would you say that it's here this evening?
It's in the state of South Carolina.
I did see them had ice cream rather than making a thing.
And then this is it from inside. That's where the main,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Main service will be, yeah.
the main service will be
But
up.
this will be part of the, when you do the big project, this will still be there.
Yes, sir,
build
yeah.
around it.
This is just to get them open for the season.
Okay.
Do you wanna leave this? That's the section right there. Do you wanna leave any of this green stuff here, or do you wanna just take it away?
We were just gonna take it away.
Okay.
First 2 sections.
Yes,
So that's really what that is.
exactly.
Take those 2 sections out, put a trailer in there.
Yep.
That's the example.
And is the trailer, is the blue one, this is the trailer,
That is.
it's a bright blue thing. Any other questions, Scott?
Motion for accelerated review for 11 Cemetery.
Just a question, is that currently parking?
Seconded.
Where's it?
Is that currently parking right there? In front of that trailer?
It's not
like
right
to
now.
the- If you're sitting at the fireplace, it's a
Technically-
chunk off to the left.
Technically, it could be used for parking, but it's,
I mean, I think I parked there before, that's what I'm saying.
they do have parking
It's a
on that side, in that area, they do, but they,
Okay.
They keep- they keep parking.
You rebel, you need to
Okay.
tone it down.
See the yellow stripes and all that.
Okay, Scott, any comments or questions?
No, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out the blue and the green seems to be,
Yeah, it doesn't go to the same
right, I mean,
James Gate Irish green.
I mean, if worse came to worse, we could definitely change that.
Well, I mean, it's just something to consider. I don't know how important it is to anybody else.
Oh, what the paint color's gonna look like on the next project.
Yeah, it's tentative, right? I mean, this thing isn't a permanent structure.
trailer,
Correct.
true.
So you're looking through November for the trade.
That's our goal, to start construction, so we would like to start the process of the new design immediately. I mean, it's underway, it's just that this was kind of a
I
modification.
would prefer that it not be bright blue on the side of the street when the rest of St. James Gate is a prior approved green looking continuity. If the potentials for that are either a paper trailer or you could do some kind of a fence on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that too hard?
And the trailer's already finished, I mean, if
Yeah.
the city insists that we change the color on it, we'll have to get a rewrap. But
Or we could build something in front of it.
It's
we
already
could,
there.
we could actually, we could build something in front of
There's
it.
something already there.
There's already 2 partialized walls in those first 2 structural bays from that back.
Would that be acceptable?
I mean, if you can leave it there, just leave it there and make it so much easier. If you can leave
Well, that's
it-
sort of what this picture sort of looks like too, it sort of looks like he's left the.
May I approach the podium?
Sure, absolutely. Please introduce yourself so we.
Sorry.
They're slightly different heights, but, I mean, I think they're just T111 painted green or whatever, he's scaling them on.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see, this is the actual trailer as it stands today.
Okay.
Okay, and then the back of the trailer is,
The other side of it.
the other side of it is here.
Right.
Which is on
This
the
is
street.
what would be facing the avenue.
And that's our.
And then the fence comes up to about here. So what you're gonna see is from there up.
And that's,
I think that'd be better,
I think that's fine.
Okay.
I think it's better line of fence.
because I thought you were walking up to that.
So we
Is that
have,
also a walk
It
up?
looks like.
so this is the walk-up window,
That's that.
yeah, to get from the street. But we do have variants, we have about 3 feet that we're, when we do the actual construction, the renovation, we're gonna cement that and put a walkway in there. Because right now it's sand.
Right.
And then we'll put bollards in there to stop anybody
Getting in
potentially
the
just
street,
from,
hopefully,
you know,
yeah.
swerving, watching their phone or whatever, and going into the crowd.
Yeah.
If that would be acceptable.
Can you introduce yourself for the record here?
I'm sorry, my name is John Teeman.
Okay, John.
I'm the owner of the,
Thank you, appreciate it.
and
You sure it's not John O'Teven?
no, I'm the original.
Ah, yeah,
They're probably
good answer.
O always denotes son of in Irish. So anytime you have O'Rourke, O'Shaughnessy, or O'Riordan, it means son of.
Well, we're dismissed. This was a pretty good class.
Yeah, I think that's good.
So that's where the trailer would be. Is in behind this fence right here.
We can just leave it behind the fence like that.
Yeah.
That's, I think.
So if you can just imagine this here, this picture here.
Yep.
And the fence is there, and this is what you would see right here. You would see this portion of it here, right above the fence.
Right, okay.
And then in your bigger renovation will be consideration of the whole facade.
That's, you'd have to
How
talk.
that's
to me
all
about that,
covered
yeah.
and all
We're
Does
that.
gonna-
it fit under that trellis?
Yeah.
This trailer? Oh,
Excuse me?
it fits.
Yeah,
Fits under the trellis.
yeah, it's a custom made trailer.
Right.
And so when we do the renovation, the full renovation in the fall, we're gonna be, we'll do.
Yeah, no,
there'll
it's
still be-
exciting,
There'll still be a
right?
fence there, there'll still be a fence there, but it'll be more aesthetic.
Did we mention there was ice cream involved?
We're more interested in the beer that you're
We'll work a beer out of that.
Guinness flavored ice cream.
It'll be, no, we won't be doing that.
Yeah. The
It's too-
16-year-olds know how to.
Yeah, it's too complicated with the
Your
kids.
clothes are
It
good.
gets murky.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I guess my other question was,
Sorry, we still have John, Scott said.
so my question was more for zoning, is that, did this meet all the zoning requirements and, you know, quite hear that?
It does, and one of the questions I wanted to address, which you brought up, was the queuing on the street. If you look in your packets, I think it's A1.1, on the bottom left corner, there's some little hatching, which is the right of way for where they want to pick people up. There is a zoning prohibition about selling anything on public property. So this is between their property and public property. So if it does spill out onto the street, you know, cops are gonna come and push them over. But other than that, we didn't meet all of our requirements.
And in anticipation of that, when we do the renovation, or probably before that, we will put up some kind of barricade, not barricade, but a bollard to make sure that people stay inside.
There'll be a natural
Yeah,
file.
across that
They'll-
area.
A little view thing.
They'll naturally gravitate to the building side of the dollars, I think. So.
Yeah, right now, there's a lot of sand up there.
Yeah.
And we didn't realize where our property line was until after we had already done this. So we actually have a property line that comes all the way out to the roadway. So that sand that's in there is actually our property. So we will concrete that and put bollards up to make sure that no
There's
traffic.
not a setback from the side of the roadway?
Excuse me?
There's not a setback from the side of the roadway?
I see. It's on a commercial.
What is it?
On a commercial. Something. It's on commercial. There's no setback.
Okay.
It's downtown.
Downtown commercial. DC and IC are changing, aren't they?
No, but-
Either way, we're gonna put, because, people come around that corner and, if they're otherwise.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise,
That's not a bad idea.
yeah,
Velvet
there'll be something
road.
to protect anybody that's standing on that side.
And if they're not behind it, it's their own fault. You know
Well,
what I mean?
listen, I don't wanna get to that, it's just, legally and for safety reasons, we wanna put something there just in case somebody
Totally agree.
has a heart attack or, blackout, come around that corner and they
Or they're
sort it.
staggering.
Right, well, not in a car, but.
Then I guess my last question was, I just wanna make sure this is a trailer that the power, obviously you're gonna need some power to power up the freezers and everything. That power cord is gonna be like, not a temporary power cord that people trip over or anything, right? It's gonna
No,
be-
everything will be inside. It'll
It's
be
coming from the structure or whatever.
Yeah, it's coming from
some way. Thank you. That's it.
Okay. Call the roll.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, thank you. Call the roll for the accelerated review, 11 Center Street.
Okay, Mr. Pinner,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Vandenberg,
Yes.
Mr. Rideout.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you very much, Neil. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the second item, under new business, accelerated review, 38 Center Street, Carolina One rental. And Mr. Stark.
Start.
Sorry about that.
This
Okay,
is,
Jen.
zoning has also reviewed and signed off on this. I do have another supplemental. This is the exact picture you already have in your, files. This just
Okay.
has the sides of the, oh Lord. Got too many supplemental. There you go. It says the size of the sign, which is the exact same sign that's already there. This is just the size in inches for you. Right in there. And the applicant is here.
Can I have a motion to discuss?
Motion for accelerated review for 38 Center Street.
Second.
All right, sir, please introduce yourself for the record.
My name is Michael Scarvile. I'm the managing partner of the owner of 38 Center Street. I'm also the president and CEO of Carolina One Real Estate. What you've got in front of you for your consideration, the two signs replace the existing Vacasa signs. They're actually, you guys, I'm sure you're familiar with those. So they're identical in size. Actually, they don't have this little jut out, so I guess they're technically a little smaller because the current Vacasa sign comes above the dimensions of the current sign. We'll be moving our vacation rental operation from 50 Center Street to 38 when Vacasa vacates in June. And then we'll also have some real estate sales agents out of that office.
So two signs
Yes, sir.
that we're talking about. And that's the standard Carolina One colors and all the rest of it.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be in the same mounting location that the Vacasa sign.
Yes, sir. Exact same size, exact same location, and the exact same materials being of sandblasted wooden sign.
Okay, any questions? Yeah. No?
No, at first I thought that it was a little bit, I think it's the picture that makes it look a little bit like,
Right.
sticking out so much, but it's sandblasted wood.
Yes,
So it's gonna look quite a bit, it's not gonna look as different than the building that it looks like in this picture, is it? I mean, it looks
Correct.
flat
It's
and
sandblasted wood. It's not metal. It's a Miller sign company is be doing it.
Right, okay,
They've done our signs on the Alphones. It's a high end. I mean, it's
right, okay, cool.
They just haven't been made yet, so
they've not been
show
made.
us a picture.
Correct. And they just put it over the existing sign in the exact same location,
Oh, okay.
which is why I didn't have the dimensions just for the photo.
With power.
They just overlaid. They've not been made yet.
Right,
When do you envision making this switch? You said June?
Vacasa's lease ends the end of May, so we'll be moving in June.
Okay, and you're currently in the Fred Holland old
Yes, sir.
waiting down, what's kind of that thing? Is
Um,
that a nobody knows, or do you guys own that?
I do. And we owned that temporarily until we could move into this space. So now that process will start. I'm interested, obviously, to see what happens with the town's commercial zoning changes. I'm actually all in favor of them. I like the idea of being a Center Street property owner of building on grade, which is one of the reasons why I like 36, 38 Center Street, because they're on street level. I've had some preliminary conversations with some people that would maybe like to put a barbecue restaurant there. They could have some outdoor space and decking. and draw some people down to that end of Center Street as well. We had one time considered building our own structure there before 38 Center Street became available as an option for us.
Any other questions?
I think I'm good.
Please call the roll.
Mr. Rideout,
Yes.
Mr. Vanderberg,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Kent.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And obviously, we'll come before you guys as we get further on those plans, and would love to get any feedback that the town has.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Barbecue sounds pretty good.
That does. Right about Texas barbecue. That's right, barbecue. Is any additional staff comments?
No, we updated you last time on the public notice going out, and that has since gone out. You should see Center Street. It is
I missed that. What happened? Is it
all
short?
of the public notices are at every property on Center Street. Some got 2, and the mailings went out on Wednesday. We were starting to receive them today.
Okay.
So for the proposed changes to the zoning.
Oh, I should look at that on the website.
It just went out. I've gotten calls today. So some people send people's mailboxes today, tomorrow, this week, and over the weekend we put up all the signs along Center Street.
When you came in the middle of the zoning change, did you have to like go, this smells bad, or were you okay with it?
I was okay with it.
Okay.
I like a challenge. It's gonna be the biggest thing to happen. It's gonna be the biggest thing to happen to Folly this year. So I'm
Okay.
excited. I came at the very tail end of it too.
Oh,
The
so
work was done.
it was almost a foregone conclusion when you,
I get to take all the credit.
yeah, well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so that public hearing happens May 2nd. So that's all still on board, everything we talked about last month.
That's for the Center Street,
We'll be in here 6 o'clock, May 6th.
that's for
May
Center
6th.
Street changes, right? And then the second is for the,
Well, the whole rezoning, the properties, so these 3 properties here, Center Street stays the same, DC. The 3 properties here move from IC to family. And then there are some usage changes to the DC and the IC districts.
Right. The other big thing we talked about last month was the potential public meeting for the short-term rental rezoning and the rest of the town, and that's
Different.
right.
That's
So they
all-
were gonna say that's like a month away, or the first meeting about that, or?
That will probably, that may be on the May agenda. I'm not
Woo,
sure.
that would be
That should
wild.
probably be on the June.
Probably should be its own.
If those were,
It's gonna be a whole nother
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
that's a war.
Got a lot of participation.
Yes, there's some.
I think on Sullivan's Island, there were multiple death threats, so you might wanna,
Get
get
on.
your concealed carry.
Okay, are there any other commission comments?
That's all I have.
Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn? Please? So moved. I'll second that. I think it's unanimous that we are adjourned at 6:20. Would you say
6:22.
Well, the clock's slow.
That's a little, slow, but yeah. Let's see.
Okay, thank you, Jenna. I actually have 6:25 on my phone.
6:25. All
Do you
right.
have time for a question?
Well, Art, do you need to turn off the
We gotta turn off the
recording?
camera.
Good idea.
Yeah, we don't want repercussions for now and being out of context.